I was like, did you do that on purpose?
I couldn't see past. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. Got some cool things to share today. We got the engine stand and the engine hoist, so we can get this thing all ripped out and go through the engine rebuild process. So that's exciting. I had to drive all over the place, but I did manage to find both of those at a discount at Harbor Freight, so that was pretty cool. Also got some cool stuff for the Stampede. Took a trip to the hobby store. Got some things to get it all finished up. We got our battery, we got our charger in, so we're basically ready to seal that up and get it out and see what it can do. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. Just wanted to talk really briefly about some other goals and things that we got. So we've got the Stampede, that's all done. I did manage to find some of that old RC stuff, so I'm going to pull that out and take a look at it. I've got some ideas for not just videos for the X90, but also some different kind of videos. I've got some goals, some things I'd like to share with you guys. One of those goals is at some point in the near future, I'd like to race in SCCA. I'm thinking about getting into T4 racing, so I'll talk about that a little bit. That's a goal of mine. Prior to that, though, I do have a steering wheel and some pedals for sim racing that I would like to build a rig for. So clear some space in the shop, and we're gonna put that together. And you guys can come along for that ride, so that'll be cool. And then I can also use that sim rig as a training platform so that I can really get into doing some SCCA sanctioned racing. So that'll be really cool, and hopefully you guys can follow me along on that journey. That'd be exciting. So yeah, I don't want to talk your ears off, but we've got some builds coming. I got to build the hoist and the engine stand. Probably bundle those both up into the same video so that you can take a look at that stuff. And then we're gonna go into a little bit more detail about what we gotta do for the X90. I'll be talking about that in the video. So let's get right into it. So let's take a look at the hobby stuff I got at the hobby store. So I managed to find this. It's a wheelie bar, so that's exciting. I don't know if the truck will pop wheelies, but we can we'll be prepared in case it does. I also picked up some polycarb paint, some Tamiya stuff for the body. So I got red, metallic silver. I think that's called metallic silver. Bright silver, it's called. And then black, for not just accents, but also backing the whole paint job. We did get our battery. It's a Traxxas Power Cell LiPo 2-cell 5800 mAh battery. I went kind of, I'm not going to say low end, but I didn't really know what to do, so I just went with what I recommended. We got our charger in. Traxxas Easy Peak Plus 4 amp. It's supposed to be pretty plug and play with the battery, so that'll be nice. What else we got in here? Got my tire glue, so I can get the tires all on there. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this body painted so that we can get it on the car, get the tires glued, and then I think we still got to put the servo horn on there. So now that we have the battery, we can get that done, and then take it for a test spin. So I made an interesting discovery as far as the body is concerned. It didn't come with masks, so typically, and I say typically, but realistically, I've been out of the game for a while, but they used to come with like paper masks, adhesive paper masks that would mask out the windows. Sometimes it would mask out like the headlights and different things, so that when you sprayed it, you'd pull the mask off and then it would be clear. So I was expecting clear windows and stuff, but what Traxxas gave me is a couple sheets of decals, so there aren't any masks. I guess I could use the window decals as a mask on the inside and then peel them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use them as decals. This is the first body I painted in a very long time, so I'm just gonna keep it as simple as possible. Put my colors down and just go from there, put the decals on. The one thing I would like to do though is I do want to mask off the bed so that I can paint that black, because I think that would be cool if at least there's some contrast there. And I might do just a simple, I don't know, maybe mask this part of it off, do that in a different color. But I'm not gonna get overly complicated, but let's go ahead and pull this off and get it painted. Okay, so I did not feel like going back to the house, so I did not wipe this out with soap and water. I wiped it out with alcohol instead. I mainly just tried to get the debris out of it, so hopefully that's okay. And yeah, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tape these two parts off, and then we're going to lay our first coat, so stick around. Okay, so that's the bed taped. It might have looked like I was rushing and didn't really, like, you know, there are some sections that I didn't really get all the way under there. And, you know, it's fine, mostly because, A, this thing's going to be driving past you really quick, and from a distance, it looks okay. It looks masked how I want it to look. I just want the bed to pop out. I promise I will do better on the next one, but I'm super anxious to get this thing going, so I'm just gonna rush through this taping process. So let's do the front. Okay. It's not perfectly straight, but looks like it'll get the job done. That's gonna be good enough for me on this one. The other reason I'm kind of rushing is because I usually use liquid mask for this sort of thing. Because I don't like the edge that the tape leaves, but again, I really want to get this done. My impatience is showing. So I think we're ready for our first coat. So let me go ahead and spray this. I'm gonna start off with red. All right, let's get that done. Right in my face. It's not too bad. No runs. We'll maybe let that dry and put another coat down. It's not really gonna look good. It's not really gonna look good until I get the black on and then peel the overspray film off. So, but I think that's a good first coat. So I'm gonna let that sit for a bit. Okay, so I got 2 coats of red on there, and it's looking really good. It's still a little thin in some areas. Some areas are a little bit difficult to get into, but I don't want to overspray it. So now that I've got the red in there, and looks like the coverage is pretty even, it's really going to even out once I put the black down. So yeah, now that I got the red, I'm going to pull the front tape, get the silver down, and I really only kind of need to focus in this area, and then I'm going to pull this up and then put the black down and then coat the whole thing in black, and then it should be done. Got the silver down. You can kind of see our tape line's held for the most part. There's a little bit of weirdness around some of the edges, but it should be okay. So we're going to peel the tape on the bed, put the black down, and then flip it over, peel off our overspray film, and then put our decals on, and then this will be done. All right, so we got our tires mounted and glued. I'm not gonna lie, I did not enjoy that process. Most of them went together okay, but on a few of them you can see where it kind of came up a little bit off of the bead. And it was really difficult to get back down in there. So, but they're glued, so they shouldn't come off. That's good. We got our body all painted. You can see the bed is black and cool, and we got the silver stripe on the front. The tape job did okay. Like I said, this is just a quick body to get back on there. And if you paint it and it looks like this and you're like, oh my god, that looks so bad, you got to remember that there's an overspray film on here, and once we peel that off, it's going to look nice and pristine. So let's go ahead and take care of that. All right, check that out. You can see like there's some paint flecks, but those aren't actually adhered to the body. They just came off when I was peeling the overspray film off. And you can kind of see where the black is poking through in some of the areas where it was a little bit difficult to get the paint can in there. I probably could have done one extra black coat, but I actually kind of like it. There's like a nice transition from the metallic, the deep metallic red, and it kind of gets darker as it goes to the back. So I'm digging it. For my first paint job back in the game, I'm not gonna complain. Let's get those decals on here. There it is. Now let's get the car buttoned back up. Let's get the body on and the wheels back on, and then I think we're gonna be ready to take it for a test run.
I was like, did you do that on purpose?
I couldn't see past.
There's only like one thing you can run into.
Okay, that was pretty cool. For our first test run, that went really smooth. I don't think I broke anything. It handled really well. It doesn't steer on a super tight turning radius, but I mean, it's basically a monster truck, so I wasn't really expecting that to happen. You can see it got pretty dirty. Some people probably like that, you know, mudding and all that kind of stuff. This is the first thing I've ever had that was like off-road, so I'm not really used to things getting that dirty. I don't really know how I'm gonna clean it, but everything still works. The electronics all performed really well. I'm impressed, and that was a lot of fun. Building that from scratch to the finished product, that is always something that gives you a really good feeling inside. So I'm glad you guys were able to come along on that journey. I'm gonna be posting I'm gonna post like a full build video that basically goes from start to scratch in like 10 minutes, and so that'll be available, and then I guess we'll just jump into the next project. One of the things I would like to do is make a GoPro mount for this, So I might have to break out the 3D printer and see what it do. Thanks for checking it out. As always, if you like that, if you had fun like I did, go ahead and like the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your RC experience has been like, or let me know what the next RC car you think I should get is. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.